With adaptive suspension, big brakes and the latest Coyote V8, this is the fastest Mustang you can buy down under.
Until now. This is the Mustang GT4. Track only, left-hand drive only, and built not only to look good, but to win races.
The Mustang GT4 is built by Multimatic for Ford performance to GT4 rules. GT4 is a global category that's attracted brands like Mercedes-AMG, Aston Martin and Audi. But already in the USA, the Mustang is a race winner. And you can expect GT4 races to be hitting Australian tracks in increasing numbers. Although they race alongside the better known GT3 category, the entry price to the GT4 grid is a lot cheaper. Yet where GT4 is established, the competition is no less intense. There are some key differences between the Mustang GT4 racer and the Mustang GT road car.
The car is essentially 80% race car and 20% road car. The engine is delivered from Ford Performance. It's a 5.2 litre compared to the 5 litre in the standard Mustang. We get almost 600 horsepower out of it in unrestricted form, and it's mated up to a Hollinger 6-speed transmission with pneumatic air-assisted shifting. The suspension system is a mixture of some Ford production parts, control arms and things like that. The dampers are a 4-way adjustable Multimatic DSSV system, which employs the patented spool valve that Multimatic is known for. The brakes are full race spec Brembos. There's an adjustable ABS system, which the driver can configure on the fly.
GT4 is unashamedly targeted at less experienced drivers than the razor-sharp GT3 cars. They're not as fast, nor is there the reliance on aero grip, and aids like anti-lock brakes and racing traction control are part of the build. All the same, before I had my shot in the driver's seat, Bathurst winner Luke YOULDEN gave his impressions. So Luke YOULDEN, our own hot shoe and our own Bathurst winner, what am I in for?
Well, be prepared, Mike, for a proper race car. Very well balanced, doesn't try to kill you at all. You can push really, really hard. You can push to the limit of the ABS, the traction control, does everything super nice. It is amazing sound, has an amazing sound inside.
It sounds fantastic from here.
Yep. E-plugs though.
All right, well, here we go. Well, that is a proper race car, proper V8 race car. It sounds fantastic in the cabin, feels great. Gee, turns in like you'd expect it to. I reckon it's easier to drive around this track quickly than the road car is. Now, I know I'm a long time off Luke's lap times in terms of pace, but it is a car that you feel like you could drive at least to your full extent of your abilities, and probably do that for a while. It's a really comfortable, relatively easy in terms of the loadings. There's plenty of heft required for the brake pedal, but steering weight's light, it's predictable, it's quite benign the way it's set up now. Now, probably the guys will want to set it up a bit sharper for a bit more pace, but gee, I'll tell you what, why buy a road car when you could buy a proper race car? This thing is pretty epic. Mustangs are already part of the landscape on Australian roads thanks to the success of the GT and limited editions like the Bullet. Now they're going to be an increasingly common sight on local racetracks. I know the jury may be out on the look of the supercars Mustang, but the same thing can't be said of this GT4 car. It's a proper Mustang. At about $325,000, all taxes paid, landed in Australia. The Multimatic Mustang GT4 might sound like a really expensive Ford, but as far as race cars go, it's hellishly good value and a hell of a lot of fun.